Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of me driving to work in my car. I am currently backing out of my house. Hopefully, don't get hit by anybody turning this corner like a crazy person. All right, here we go. Onward. Come on, dude. Really? Wow. All right. Now we got the dummies out of the way. Let's actually get going. So, again, welcome to another episode of me driving to work. Um, by all means, follow along, like, comment, subscribe to all channels. Black Hood Crew on YouTube, BHC underscore Darkness 30XX, my name across the top. On literally everything else, find me on TikTok, Twitter, Steam, Twitch, and come on, dude, the light's green. And by all means, follow along, like, subscribe, comment. By all means, chat is open. Messages are going to appear here to my left or your right on the screen. So if you got something to say it. I got it right in front of me. As long as it's nothing too distracting. So yeah, last night was one for the record books. I don't know what it is about full moons, but it definitely gets the crazies out. Like this dummy. Flippin' idiot. This dude passed me on the left on a 2-lane road, barely hitting me to get to a stop sign before me. Remember yesterday, I was talking about how, shut the hell up! Jesus Christ! What the fuck is wrong with people today? Jesus. Anyway, full moon last night got all crazies out. Everybody that had no business being out and about was out and about getting into Lord knows what kind of trouble. Another thing, do not, I repeat, do not yell that you're throwing. Because I promise you, we're not going to believe you. If your throw is actually closing, you would not be able to make any noise at all. Stop it. I don't care what the hell is wrong with you. Don't yell out your throat is closed, especially as you're literally sitting in an emergency room. Because if there's going to be any place you want to be when your throat closes, there. You're already there. Shut the hell up. Conserve your ability to breathe by shutting the hell up. You have no idea how many times I roll my stinking eyes when people start with their garbage at work. And this is not just patients, but some other employees who I just roll my eyes at. I'm just like, wow, how do you dress yourself in the morning and not fall over? Obviously, it's mostly with patients and this is usually an issue that happens later in the evening. Once the sun has gone down, it's usually the dummies coming out of work, and they just decide, you know what? This issue that's been plaguing me for the past day and a half, week, past couple months. Yeah, tonight's the night I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make sure I do it on a Monday night, the busiest night in any hospital. I'm gonna show up on this particular time and just be an absolute terrible person. Do the world a favor. If it ain't killing you, it won't kill you. You'll be fine. Over-the-counter medications exist. Tylenol exists. Motrin is a thing. Benadryl exists. Like, we don't know. These products have existed for decades. Robitussin is a real thing. It's not some fake product somebody made up. Like, this stuff is real. Go get it. Go get some. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I keep a jar of Tylenol always handy. Headache, bump my elbow, my knee hurts after working out, you know, pop 2 Tylenol. You'll be fine. Because I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but I would say about 7 out of 10 times somebody presenting to an emergency room is for an issue that can easily be rectified by self-medication. And I'm not talking about the illegal kind, although in some cases that will help tremendously. I'm talking about the bumps, the scrapes, the mini ouchies. Like, I'm talking about surface level, paper cut-ish type ouchies. Adhesive strips exist. And I say the word adhesive strips because they're not called Band-Aids. That's a brand. Adhesive strips is what they're actually called. And for anybody that's seen the Clerks cartoon show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's perfectly okay to hit up Walmart, Publix, Target. Jesus, you can hit up a 7-Eleven and pick up half of these things, although in smaller quantities. And perfectly okay to self-medicate. It's not going to kill you to say, you know what, my head hurts, I'm not feeling too good, let me pop a couple Tylenol. 911 should not be called for these issues because we are going to talk crap about you. It's definitely not going to be to your face, but do know you will be talked about. Don't do it. Unless it's a severe anything, a severe condition, whether it's a physical injury, some sort of reaction to something, what have you. Unless it's an actual life-threatening condition, don't show up in an emergency room, and definitely don't call 911 because we'll talk crap about you. If I had it my way, I would yell people 24/7. You came in for that? Get the hell out of here. I'm not even going to give you discharge paperwork. Get the hell out. Oh, you came in for this? Here's a prescription for getting the hell out. Now, if you come in with a legitimate medical issue, like I've said before, I've seen people die. It's not fun to see that. It is not fun to be anywhere near, let alone literally a doorway away from people dying. Not fun. But at the same time, unless you are literally actively dying, don't do it. 911 is not required. Like, I've seen people call 911 because their leg hurt. but they walked to where they called 911 from. I've seen people walk into the ER with gunshot wounds, stab wounds, and a couple absolutely mangled after being thrown from a motorcycle. Walking. So it just goes to show those of you that make the conscious effort, a conscious choice to call 911 for a garbage reason, that makes you garbage people. Stop being garbage people. Because all in all you're doing is bringing down the quality of people that exist in the world. Don't do it. Just don't flip and do it. Instead, do this. Think. Like, actually think. And go and get something that's going to help. You know that upset stomach? You know what'll help you? Pepto-Bismol exists. There's other stuff you can take that'll help clear you out. And then I promise you, your stomach's going to stop hurting. Now, if your stomach hurts because you've been shot in the abdomen, no, by all means, come to the hospital. Call 911 if you have to. You know, but I'm just saying, like, if you're having, upset stomach, vomiting, diarrhea, like, there's literally one thing you can buy to counter all of that. Little plastic bottle, pink stuff, tastes like crap. I'll give you, Pepto-Bismol tastes absolutely god awful. Even the flavored versions, absolute trash. But that's not why you're drinking it. You're not drinking it because it tastes good. You're drinking it because it's going to alleviate the symptoms of whatever the hell is ailing you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with self-medicating. You don't pay money to insurance monthly, yearly, or however it is to have some doctor write you a prescription for, the equivalent of Pepto, the equivalent of Tylenol or Motrin or whatever. You're literally incurring an ER bill for something you could have gone to a store yourself to pick up for literally, $5, $6. Not even in some cases. Like, come on. At a certain point, you got to realize, like, you are becoming a detriment to society. And it's not just from, the use of the facilities and the fact that you'll probably never pay your bill because you feel entitled to just had an idiot cross in front of me. God forbid I wasn't paying attention and I plow right into this guy. But I would be the bad one. I would be the bad one. So yeah, just God forbid you take some sort of initiative and just think for all of 2 seconds and say, you know what? This isn't worth a trip to the emergency room. I can go get, this or that. Take it. Instructions are on the bottle of literally all these products. Basically, almost holding your hand when it comes to taking these medications. Tylenol, muscle and body aches, headache, what have you. It'll be taken care of. Upset stomach, vomiting all over the place. cat full of Pepto, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's how I stay out of emergency rooms. In fact, I can barely remember the last time I was in ER, but I remember what it was for. And it was because I was caught up blood. That's a reason to show up to the ER. If you are coughing up a substance you should not be coughing up, yeah, by all means, go to the ER. But if all you're doing is coughing, Robitussin, that exists. Having issues with your allergies. My kids have allergies, but theirs are seasonal. You know what we give them? Benadryl, Claritin. These things exist. You don't need an emergency room doctor look you in the eye and saying, I'm going to prescribe you Benadryl. I'm going to prescribe you Claritin. I'm going to prescribe you Tylenol. I'm going to prescribe you whatever the equivalent is of Pepto. It's not necessary at all. And it gets frustrating because I'm not even a health professional. I'm not. I've stated that many times. I am not a nurse. I am not some ER tech. I don't have anything to do with medicine. I'm not a pharmacy tech. I'm not a pharmacist. Nothing along those lines. I'm way farther away from a doctor than even any of those people. And even I know what I can take and what I shouldn't take for various things to then keep me out of my doctor's office and obviously the ER. In fact, I haven't seen my primary doctor in a good couple of years because I take care of myself. I actively do things to keep me out of the hospitals, keep me out of doctor's offices. Because unlike some of you, apparently, I don't like being in the hospital. I don't like being in a doctor's office. I don't. Unless I have medical reason, you will not see me in a doctor's office or in an emergency room. Not happen. By any stretch, it's not going to happen. Because I actively do things to take care of myself. Now, I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I got a bit of a gut. I'm a little bit overweight. But I'm working on it. I'm eating better. I'm working out. And not even heavily. I'm not even trying to say deadlift 300 pounds. That's not the goal. The goal is physical fitness. The goal is living a healthy life. The goal is to not be occupying a hospital bed or the chair in a doctor's office. That's the goal. To not be in any one of those two places for any reason. Now, if something freakish happens, like let's say I'm in an accident and I break my flipping arm, okay, yeah, no, but go see a doctor, see if they can set the joint, if that's where it happened. But if you got like a clean broken bone, hey, you know what? Cast me up, let's go. It's perfect to handle things yourself until it gets to a point where you are unable to handle it. Like, it's not difficult by any stretch of the imagination. It's not difficult. It is perfectly okay to self-medicate. One, it'll be way better than seeing a doctor or going to the emergency room. Two, you'll save yourself a trip. You'll save yourself, in some cases, the embarrassment of showing up to the ER for a condition that could have easily been rectified at home. Stop showing up to the ER. Stop doing it. It's not cool. And along with that, if you show up to the hospital talking about how I can't breathe or I'm having shortness of breath, but you're on your phone, get the hell out. Get out. If you show up to an ER and your stomach, you're claiming that your stomach hurts, but you got a bag of food, get out. Or here's an even better one. You're in the ER, you're in a bed for an upset stomach or vomiting or diarrhea or any combination of symptoms, but you have somebody bring you food. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. What you're doing is showing people like me and showing it to the nurses and the doctors and the respiratory therapists who do work in the ER. You're showing them that you cannot be trusted in your own life. You cannot be trusted with the gift of life. You can't. You can't. What the hell happened here? Okay. That's weird. It's a police officer literally parked on what would be the median, I guess. But like right, like you know how usually when you median, you know, the center area of a road splits between the two directions of traffic, and there's usually like a bit of a clearance, so they, you know, they don't want people driving there, so they, you know, they got the yellow lines showing, hey, don't drive here. It's still open. There's no sidewalk or curb or anything, but just still don't drive here. Yeah, he was stopped on that. And I just saw a couple other cop cars and one from a neighboring city here. So, you know, in reality, they might be looking for somebody. Whoever it is, I don't know, but there's somebody. Come on, dude, really? Like, you gonna be that guy? People. Anyway, so do not show up to an emergency room unless you actually have a legitimate medical issue. It's worth it. I can promise you right now, it's not worth the trip. Unless, unless you are actively having an issue that requires medical intervention. By medical intervention, I mean immediate medical intervention. That's not the same as I've been suffering this for the past couple months, but I'm showing up to an ER now. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I just cut my flipping finger off. I just cut my leg off. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. What's another one? I flipped my car on the highway. I can't move my legs. Like, I'm sweating and it's beating really fast, and I can't feel my arm. or a family member brings you in, slurring your speech, can't feel half your body. Yeah, I'm talking about if you're in the middle of having a heart attack, a stroke, a body limb missing, or almost completely severed, yeah, by all means, come to the goddamn emergency room. But anything short of that, handle it. Just care of it. There's stuff out there that you can take for whatever the hell is ailing you. It's not going to kill you. So anyway, as you can see, I've got my seatbelt off. I've parked at work. I'm about to head in and start doing my final preparations before I dive into this mess again today. By all means, again, like, subscribe, follow along, Black Hood Crew on YouTube, BHC underscore Darkness 30XX across everything else. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Steam. Find me on TikTok. And more I continue to expand and get, more people to chime in. And by all means, again, like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Oh, quick FYI, no streams this weekend, toward the end of this week. I'm going out of town again, so it's that time of year. So by all means, I will be back again the following week for my usual drives to work, and then we'll go from there.